Welcome back to Headlines. I'm Wes Austin, and these are today's top stories. First, do you guys think my knot is too big? I was staring at the mirror. If it's distracting, I apologize. Anyway, first, San Francisco unveiled the new equity grading policy and then scrapped it one day later after massive backlash. You guys can't believe this. It was so bad, even parents in San Francisco thought it went too far. So basically, the only thing the students would have to do to get a decent grade was continue to exist. Then, Jake Tapper finally noticed how badly Democrats are talking to men after they made fun of his teenage son for wanting to be a cop. So I guess it takes a joke about his own kid to make him see the light, not Biden wandering off mid-sentence to shake hands with the White House curtains. Next, we found out that Harvard was paying $1 million a year to a professor who got fired for faking research on dishonesty. She was one of Harvard's highest paid employees for researching how people cheat, so basically she was writing her autobiography. And finally, Dan Bongino says the FBI just discovered a secret room full of unprocessed evidence from the Comey-Era. What are the odds that James Comey is going to try to blame this on his wife? Okay, let's dive in. San Francisco's school district scrapped a grading for equity plan just one day after unveiling it. The proposal let students skip homework and cut class without penalty. Their grades were going to be based on a final exam, which they could retake if they didn't like their score. No homework, no attendance, and 21% is a passing grade. And 41% will get you a C for those overachievers. At this point, the only requirement to graduate is surviving the fentanyl exposure on the walk to school. Parents in the area got upset when school board members asked for $172,000 for a training program. $172,000? To do what? Train teachers on how to not give homework? I could have sent one email for that training, and I would have only charged them $160,000. After backlash, Superintendent Maria Sue put the plan on hold, citing concerns over misinformation. Some parents apparently believed the misinformation that school was for learning things, when we all know the truth. School's just there to make kids good guessers. Under the plan, you could skip class, not do homework, fail the test, and still pass. So basically, it was preparing kids for careers in the government. CNN's Jake Tapper slammed Democrats for how they talk to men. He shared a story about when he was a guest on a left-leaning podcast and the host decided to make fun of his son for wanting to be a cop.
And their joke was, about my 15-year-old son, oh, how does he feel about minorities? Like the idea that he wants to be a policeman, therefore he's racist, my son. And that was the big laugh. And I thought to myself, this is why you are losing elections. You're deciding he's a racist because he wants to be a cop. And that's how the Democratic Party talks to men, not just white men, but men.
Jake perfectly diagnosed the Democratic Party's problem with men. Now, his diagnostic skills with presidents, they only seem to work when a book advance is involved. Disgraced former Harvard professor Francesca Gino, who was fired for fabricating data on studies about dishonesty, was earning $1 million per year working at Harvard Business School, and from 2018 to 2019, she was the 5th highest paid employee at the university. Paying $1 million salaries to lying professors is expensive, which is why Harvard desperately needs your taxpayer dollars. Without it, Harvard might stumble onto an occasional truth, and we can't have that. She spent years researching why people lie, then discovered the answer. Because it pays really, really well. FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino says they found a secret room full of evidence from James Comey's time as director.
And there was a room, and we found stuff, a lot of stuff.
A hidden room.
I wouldn't call it hidden, but hidden from us at least, and not mentioned to us. And then we found stuff in there, and a lot of it's from the Comey-Era. Once that gets done and that gets out there, and you read some of the stuff we found, that, by the way, was not processed through the normal procedure, digitizing it, putting in FBI records, We found it in bags hiding under Jim Comey's FBI.
Quickly,
You're going to be stunned.
the shells.
Let's play a game called Who Has More Contraband? Comey with bags of evidence or Diddy with bottles of lube? I bet you Comey's wife has already told him, you blame this on me, you're sleeping on the couch for a year. Does anyone know if Biden's auto pen remembered to give Comey a preemptive pardon? I'm just a little curious. It's too bad Comey didn't think to enlist the shredding company for help like the DOJ did back in November. A whole room full of shady FBI documents. Democrats must be furious. They were trying to go paperless. Thanks for watching Headlines. I'm Wes Austin. Good night.